What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be explaining exactly what we are about to do to this car, and it is massive. It is a huge thing. It is one of those steps that once I take it, really no going back from that. I mean, I guess there is, but it wouldn't be worth it. So the thing that makes my swap different, a lot of people take EDZ blocks, put a 428 head on it, and then drop it in. I know some people probably done SRT4 blocks. I have seen two people put an SRT4 engine in one of these. I don't know that it ever ran, and I didn't see any updates to where that did, but they ran the NVT 350. We're not doing that. We're actually swapping an NVT 850. Now, the problem with that is neither of the SRT4 motor mounts work in this, and the 428 motor mount doesn't work on that engine. Go figure. So I'm going to have to modify the engine mount to work with this mount. I'm going to have to modify this mount to work with the mount that I'm going to custom build, because the mount that goes on an MVT 850 kind of makes it where it can swing. I feel like that's a really big downfall of that car, because the only two mounts that keep it from rocking are on the passenger side. The driver's side, nothing's really there, and I feel like that could allow the engine to bind up. That may be where some of the transmission issues honestly come from. I don't know, but we're going to completely redo that to where I'm going to custom make a transmission mount to where it bolts on the 2 points. That way the transmission can't sway. I really honestly believe that is one of the biggest failures of this setup, is that everything is on this side to keep it from, and I could be wrong, that's just how I feel, that's what I'm seeing. Don't hold me to that. But I'm still going to make it to where that doesn't work that way on mine. Excuse me. Now, being that we're putting an SRT4 engine in this and wanting to run an aftermarket ECU, technically speaking, we could use this garbage wiring harness. When I say garbage, because it's got stuff like this in it, you know, some doo-doo wiring, you know, some good old backyard electrical work. And, excuse me, I got to do the do real quick. But I'm not going to do that. We've decided that we are going to be going with a Haltech Elite 1500 ECU. Literally has all kinds of stuff that I need, even some stuff that I don't need. But it is absolutely balls out the best ECU for what we plan on doing. It has everything we need: boost by gear, your two-step, just pretty much everything that we could possibly need to ensure that we have an advantage. But everybody else is probably running that ECU Fuel Tech or something equivalent, but it makes sure that we have everything that we need possible to do the best that we can. So the good news about that is Kinetic Creations makes a harness that plugs directly up to the SRT engine into the Haltech and makes it plug and play, and where all we got to do is give that harness positive and negative, and then a switch to where we can turn the starter on, and then we are absolutely good to go, and that is freaking great. So that right there honestly simplified that quite a bit, and I'm glad that it did. The other two things that we got to do is both fenders are going to have to come off. One, I need to get rid of wiring, and two, as you can see, they are both. This one's doo-doo. I don't know if the other one is doo-doo. Hold on, I don't remember. Is it? No, it looks. Nope, we got a doo-doo mark. We got a big fresh skidder right there. And knowing what I found on this car in other places, it's just probably packed full of Bondo, so best to get rid of it. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be completely getting rid of all this wire everywhere. The fuse box is gone, because his harness comes with its own fuse box, so we're no longer going to need that fuse box. We're going to get rid of every single piece of wiring in this car. We're going to build our own little standalone harness to control what we need it to control. Not worry about the power windows. I'm probably going to take the motors out of them and make it to where the windows just stay up. Basically make it where they're fixed. The regulator that's in it is fixed, and it just has to stay where it's at. And then strip as much weight out of it as possible. Full interior in this car is getting gutted. If you need any interior pieces, hit me up, guys. So what we're going to be doing... The car looks so clean because the building's such a mess. I can't wait to get my truck running. I can finally get here and just throw half this stuff away. Man, it looks so much better. So we're literally getting rid of everything, all the seats, the center console, all the plastics, the headliner. Eventually, the sunroof is going to go too. I got to wait until I can get a plug to fix that. We're going to be getting rid of everything in the dash except the dash. Everything behind it. These gauges are even up for sale. If you want to buy some white face gauges, hit me up. They are at 136,098 miles. So you want those? I don't know that the power, excuse me, I burped. I don't know if the window door switches are any good. I know it had one in the back that was good. Those are for sale. Pretty much everything's for sale, guys. If you need anything, hit me up. The seats are not power, and the leather is garbage. So honestly, these things right here, as you can see, are probably just best thrown away unless anybody wants them. All the plastics in the back. Eventually, I do want to go with Lexan windows. That would be a really big deal. I'll go with Lexan as well. I think it'd be a really big deal. Save as much weight as I possibly can. The thing that kills me is I went through hell getting these side skirts. Even used a half a day vacation at work. And now I don't think I'm going to use them. I think I'm going to do like Gas Stroker, Mike Waller's car, and do some custom made skirts that hang low to keep air from getting up under the car. I don't know yet on that one. But that is definitely a possibility. So we'll see what happens with that. That's planning a little too far. But I am going to basically refresh that stock motor back there. We're going to get rid of the balance shafts, put an ARP heads in it. We're going to do a multi-layer steel head gasket, go ahead and change the timing belt and everything on it. I do want to break it open and look in it and make sure it's good. I hope so. And I'm going to go get another one of those engines. That way we can build the other one. But I want to get that one in. This transmission needs third gear. Huge shout out to Brian Benson for that transmission and that SRT intake manifold. He gave me a hell of a deal on that transmission. It does have a third gear grind. We're going to go and replace third gear, put carbon blockers in it, and a couple other goodies just for now. And then eventually we're going to do pretty much everything that we can billet and everything straight cut. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there, kind of get it running and get everything working, and then learn a little bit about the Haltech this year. Make some, probably get it around 350, 400 horse. I think that right there on that setup, especially as light as this chassis is going to be, I think will be good. I don't know what we're going to get this chassis down to, but it's going to be quite a bit. If we're dropping the fuel tank, we don't need any of that. Getting rid of everything that we can. And once again, everything behind the dash, the heater cores, all that gone. And I can imagine what that wire harness alone probably weighs 50 pounds, maybe. Maybe not, but maybe. But get it all in, and that way we can kind of learn about it. I don't want to just go throw just a super built setup in this thing. I think that's a little too much too fast. That way I can learn on this one, kind of have some fun. 400 horsepower, still enough to get some good seat time, get some good feedback on the chassis, and learn how to dial some things in before we go out. And I understand we could go out with a built setup and just dial it down, but I don't want to put miles on a built setup when the stock motor could do what I need it to do. That way I'm not wearing out a built setup for no reason. I just think that would be kind of pointless, to be quite honest with you. Boy, the light is killing this camera for some reason. But that's how I want to do that. I think that's going to be a pretty good idea to do it that way. Get the coilovers on it, set everything up real nice. We're going to be running the in-dash LCD, which I think is the LC7, the Haltech EC, or the Haltech LCD. Hopefully, if all that works next year, we'll have the built setup to go in this. That way I have time to really get things worked out. I want to learn about something. There is a point where you can do too much too fast and kind of kill your drive because you're not able to make the amount of progress that you want to. This motor back here, from what I see, it spins over real nice and easy. Everything looks good. I ain't looked at it internally, but I think it should be healthy enough to do what we want it to do. And that way we can get out and get some seat time in it early on and have a little bit of fun in it. Transmission is the biggest issue. It's extremely expensive for the parts that it needs. No big deal. We'll get it done. But that is the plans, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know we didn't get to do anything. I ain't got my GoPro with me, or I'd actually got a lot done. I don't want to do anything till we get the GoPro because I want you guys to see the progress, especially with the wiring coming out of the ECU. I want you to just imagine how clean it's going to be without all that doo-doo right there in my engine bay. All this is going away. This is not going away. It's going to get cleaned up real nice. This is going away, though. Super stoked about this build, guys. I hope you guys are too. Literally the best of my two favorite platforms combining SRT and DSM. I'm super stoked. Anyways, guys, this is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it wasn't crazy. I just kind of want you guys to know what I'm doing. I want to actually plan this build out. That way it's going to work better in the end. It's always better to go into something with a decent plan. So anyways, guys, it's been a video. Hope you liked it. Make sure you smack that subscribe button. Make sure you give it a like. We'll catch you guys next time.